Chicken sandwich from Burger. Be careful what you'll eat.
What is that? Is that supposed to look like that? Okay.
Microplastic contamination has now been discovered in the respiratory systems of living individuals, signaling a deeply troubling development in environmental and public health. When analyzed, the vast majority of tissue samples examined showed the presence of microplastic fragments, strongly suggesting that inhalation is becoming a major pathway for exposure. Experts have long warned that microplastics are now present across nearly every corner of the Earth, leading to the sobering realization that avoiding exposure is no longer possible. This widespread infiltration raises urgent questions about the long-term effects these particles may have on human health. A recent investigation involving 13 surgical patients brought further clarity to this issue. In 11 of the 13 cases, microplastics were found embedded in lung tissue. The most commonly identified particles included polypropylene, widely used in packaging and piping, and polyethylene terephthalate, commonly found in drink bottles. These findings mirror earlier studies that revealed plastic particles in lung tissues collected during post-mortem examinations, further underscoring their prevalence. Microplastics have previously been known to enter the human body through food, drinking water, and air. However, a major turning point came in March of 2022, when scientists detected plastic particles circulating in human blood for the first time. This discovery confirmed that microplastics can travel throughout the body and potentially lodge in critical organs. Though the full extent of their biological impact is not yet fully understood, lab studies have shown that these particles can harm human cells. Similar air pollution particles are already known to contribute to millions of early fatalities worldwide every year. Dr. Laura Sadowski, a senior researcher at Hull York Medical School in the United Kingdom, expressed surprise at detecting microplastics deep within the lungs, regions thought to be protected by the body's natural defenses. The fact that these tiny particles can bypass the respiratory system's filtration barriers calls into question previously held assumptions about what the lungs can block or remove. Sadowski and her team highlighted the importance of their research, explaining that it not only expands our understanding of plastic pollution, but also contributes valuable data to studies on air quality and public health. Their work, soon to be published in Science of the Total Environment, involved rigorous testing and control procedures to rule out external contamination and ensure reliable results. The problem is not limited to one region or population. A 2021 study from Brazil revealed that 65% of individuals analyzed during autopsies had microplastics in their lungs. Most of these individuals were older, suggesting long-term accumulation. The most frequently found material was polyethylene, the same type of plastic used in everyday shopping bags. Evidence of synthetic material in human lungs has existed for decades. In 1998, a study in the United States identified artificial fibers in the lung tissue of patients with cancer. Though not labeled as microplastics at the time, it's now clear these findings were early indicators of a larger issue that had gone unnoticed. The scientific consensus is growing. Microplastics have infiltrated the human body in ways once thought impossible. Researchers are increasingly concerned that prolonged exposure could contribute to a range of health problems, including respiratory conditions, cardiovascular strain, and possible neurological effects. While further investigation is necessary, early data suggests that these plastic particles may be more dangerous than previously imagined. Microplastics are no longer a distant environmental issue. They are a direct threat inside our bodies. They have entered the food we consume, the air we breathe, and the organs that sustain us. The findings emerging from the scientific community are a clear warning. The longer society waits to address plastic pollution, the greater the risk to human health. Dr. Matthew Walters recently spoke out on the issue, calling the crisis unavoidable. His message was stark. No amount of filtering or isolating can protect individuals from exposure now. Plastic pollution has already embedded itself into the fabric of modern life. The current research on microplastics in human tissue may only scratch the surface of what could become a major health challenge in the 21st century. Scientists, lawmakers, and the general public must act swiftly and decisively to reduce plastic contamination before the effects become irreversible.